Hey, welcome to Sacred Enzyme. So this is the last episode that I'm doing today, but this is about Atlantis because I am so on this Atlantis thing, and I'm telling you, it was here, and now I'm bringing some more proof today about the lost land of Atlantis, because there was just a show that was featured on National Geographic. It was Simca Jacobici, Jacobici, and Simca. And anyway, he's an archaeologist, and he does a lot of work for Nat Geo, but his stuff is really interesting because he's an amazing historian, and he likes to tie it in with the archaeology, and I love anything like that. And James Cameron produced it because he's very interested in Atlantis. So they ended up finding Atlantis, and they found a lot of evidence to support it, and they ended up finding it just where we suspected. Us Atlanteans were saying the whole time that it's in southern Iberia. It's right off of the coast of Spain, southwestern portion of Spain. And they talk about how they were finding these structures in all of these different places along the Mediterranean, like we talked about. They talked about the island of Malta. They talked about a couple of other islands too. I didn't write down everything. You can go and look it up and watch the whole thing. It's fascinating. But the one thing that they found, they visited several different, Santorini and a couple different islands. But when they visited those, they kept running into these buildings that were built in concentric circles. And then there was like a well in the very center, and they believe that has to do with Poseidon worship, okay? So they saved the best for last, and they visited all these places. They found all of these huge ancient anchors, just like the ones that are all over Florida, especially around the southern coastlines of Florida. There's a guy down there that's been following these huge stone circle anchors that are made out of stones, and they have a square in the center or a circle in the center. Well, those are Atlantean anchors, ship anchors, and they're all over in Florida, one thing, and two, they're all over off of the coast of southern Spain. And they found Tartaria, just like I said, it was Tartessos, and this is their writing. This is the writing of Tartaria right here, script. And then this was the other thing that they found. They went to the site in Campanaro, southern Spain, and they had a bunch of shrines there. And there was one shrine there, it was scratched into rock, and it shows like boats sinking underwater, and it also showed a horse. And I thought it was interesting about the horse because when we were just doing this series that I left off on part 4, where we were talking about how in Ethiopia, those people that are still following the mother worship today, that they have two names. They have their horse name and their mother name. And I found that very interesting because we talked about the first, what they considered like the first emanation of animal type emanation of what they would define as the mother was the hippopotamus. And so I thought that was really interesting because the hippopotamus is called the water horse. And so this started with this whole thing into horses and then chariots and all that stuff. Originally started with hippos. So this was the other thing that I came to. And you know, 3,600 years ago, they were living in an egalitarian society, and they had flushing toilets. So look at this right here, because you've got a sword, which Michael has a flaming sword, and it says in the Urantia that his book is 3 intertwined circles. And so I was thinking that it was like the Olympic circles, but I actually think it is this symbol right here. And these are all over southern Africa. You have these type of houses, these type of structures that are round and round and round and round. It's almost like the flower of life. It's just a series of round concentric circle buildings made of stone. And this is what this Atlantean civilization built these houses out of, these megalithic type stones. And they have ruts that are 6,000 years old off of the island of Malta that just disappear into the sea because half of the island's gone. And these ruts are that old. So we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. And I think that we're going back to the time of Taurus, where it was bull worship, because there's a lot of evidence to support that at the southern Spain site of Tartessos. Not to mention when we were going through all the stuff of Iberia, and we were going through the book, we were talking about the statues that they found there. But, you know, Tartessos, when I was reading about when they first found Tartaria / Tartessos, that those people intentionally buried. So I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, or if they just got swept away. And it looks like it was buried. But that place was flooded, and there's still a very marshy region in southern Spain. It's called the Marshes. So, I mean, Tartaria is found, buddy. They found Tartaria. For all you naysayers that think we're crazy, because we know in our soul that we are from the Atlantean age and that we have those memories in our cell, and we know where this place is. You know, a lot of you guys live on the coastline. A lot of you still live in Iberia. A lot of you are, you know, Celts. A lot of people are from the Iberian Peninsula. And there's a lot of people that are here that are waking up and they're remembering that they were part of Atlantis. And so, you know, I encourage everyone to go and watch the documentary with Simca and James Cameron, because it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I think this is Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael was the son, the emanation of Sophia, the first mother. The first mother. So this is all going back to the first mother. But for some reason, they mentioned quite a few times in the documentary that the Atlanteans were considered a warring people. So I think at the time that they were breaking out into different factions, because, you know, they, as it said in Edgar Cayce's books and the Lives of Edgar Cayce, it says that Atlantis was destroyed from the inside because they lost the Mother Mary worship, the worship of the Divine Mother, and then they became out of balance, right? They came out of balance because they stopped using the mother and they started going to a patriarchal society, and so they became out of balance, and then they became warring and aggressive. See, this is why the mother energy always has to be present. And so Michael was bringing the mother energy. He was bringing the mother energy. And so, is this proof? Is this proof of Michael's time on earth? When he was here, when he came back and told us, no more sacrifices, no more sacrifices. You know, and that he helped build this beautiful age, the Atlantean age. And then it was destroyed. And then he came back again as Jesus Christ, Michael. And then he brought back the Divine Mother yet again, 2,000 years ago, in the same age, in the age of Pisces, which was 28,000 years ago, the age of Pisces. He came back, and he was, this is why these people had these mitre caps on, is because it was mother worship. It was mother worship. She was shown as a figure with a fish on her head. And so these popes and things in these early times, that's when they adopted those mitre caps. And that's also when these people, after these major cataclysms, they went all around the world and reseeded humanity. And they showed up on these boats with this golden serpent on the front, and they were wearing these funny caps. Well, that's because they were representing the Divine Mother, and they were bringing the knowledge back. That's what it was. It was the golden serpent is the Divine Mother knowledge. And she's considered an ark. So is the Ark of the Covenant actually the Divine Mother knowledge that's been gone, that disappeared, that was stolen? Is it metaphorically the real thing? And are there 7 arks because each one represented a different area of knowledge and evolution? Let's think about that. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So what do you think, guys? They found Atlantis. We are being vindicated by the moment. See, I told you that we were going to find this. And we're going to keep on digging because all of the symbols are hiding in plain sight. So with that, 9 minutes later, and I'm so excited to be able to share this wonderful news. Go on YouTube and watch it. And they also started a series where they're going to just totally unveil it. It's $4.99. I mean, come on. I'm definitely going to watch it because I am so excited to finally, you know, say, hey, you know what? We got proof. We got proof. Like, you know, these slick people that are always commenting on my shorts like, how about no? How about no? How about yeah, yeah. So when you come and find me, I'll be here because we're living the past, present, and the future, Atlanteans. And don't forget to go outside and put your feet in the grass and make your, well, it's probably a little bit late to be making affirmations, but you can make them for tomorrow, right? And just say, you know, this is a great day. This has been a great day. And give your thanks. Give your thanks. And I'm so thankful that y'all are here with me. I'm so thankful we're going on this journey together and that we're making all these discoveries and we're finding out all of these things fascinating. So I'll catch you on the next one. And thanks for spending 11 minutes with me on Sacred Enzyme. Bye-bye.